Hello, guys. I am outside today. Okay, so there has been a lot of questions. There has been questions as far as spiritual alignment. There has been questions as far as ancestors. There has been questions as spiritual awakening. There has been questions as far as what I mean by spiritual journey. Okay, so this is a remake in the car. Okay, so as I was saying, meaning, spiritual alignment, spiritual journey, spiritual awakening, and you have to be in your truth and your proof. Meaning everything, look it up, your chakras have to be aligned from your crown all the way down to your root chakra. Okay, now, as you align those, you then have to believe what you think. Making sense? Okay, so say if you want a new car, you want a new house, you want anything, you first have to do some work. Now, what I mean by do some work is me. I've been homeless 3 times. 3. I have lived in the car. I have lived in my truck, not this one, but the one before I had a car. It was a Buick LaCrosse. Picture you plus 6 cats in one car. Every day, every day, every day, you guys are in the car. From rain, sleet, snow, everything. And yes, you're probably going to say, oh, why was you in the car? Once again, homeless, kicked out. A situation where guy drinking all the time, and then you're the only one paying the bills, you're the only one doing this, you're the only one doing that, and then once you're the only one doing that, you fall behind. So as you fall behind, then yeah, of course, there's a lot of people that's going to say, oh, it was your choice, so oh this or oh that. Who gives a fuck? Okay, that's something that I went through already, and not going to go through ever again. Okay, so we're gonna go back to being in the car. Okay, so now you're standing in the car with 6 cats altogether. 6. Okay, so then you got the litter box. You have their water. You have their food. Okay, then you have them in the car with you. So, and then where are they gonna sit at? Your job, yes, your job has a parking lot, but then there's people that walk all around being nosy. There are people that have something to say. Um, there's numerous and numerous of things. Okay, so then we're gonna go back to as if, okay, all of those people, or we're gonna go back to you asking people for something and they say they don't have it, and you're afraid to tell your situation, or you're afraid to say anything what's going on with your situation. That was me. Okay, but not only that, it was when you ask somebody for something, they don't have it. When you ask numerous of people for something, they don't have it. Or me, I'm the type of person, I only had a select few of people that I could ask. And then you wear out your welcome. You wear out constantly asking, then you turn into a beggar. Then people believe that you are that beggar, and people believe that that's all you're about is money. When all you need is a little bit of help. So, and then that comes the understanding of, okay, do you continuously let these people be in your life and continuously go through this cycle, or accept their help while you're going through this cycle, or you think about you and you go through all the hard shit. Okay. Now, me, I ended up going through the same cycle with another guy that had a drinking problem but was an ex drinker. That goes back to now, this is a new guy where my story time was the guy that used me for thousands of dollars. Okay. For my car accident. Yeah, so that goes back to that. So that is the second guy now, where you have the same cycle that you're running in. You're gonna keep staying in that cycle, or you're gonna step out of that cycle. So, okay, I'm not gonna go into details about the one with $1,000. That's when you have to go to my story time one. If you like my story time one, then I will continue with the next story time two to let you know further. And okay, but now we're gonna get back to the spiritual journey side of it. Okay, so now you are in a cycle with another person that has the same thing as your ex, drinking, this, that. Okay, you ignore those signs because, of course, you need that dependency. You need somebody that's beside you. All right, so now we're gonna get to the dependency, meaning I depended on him to do things for me that I couldn't do for myself. You know, a lot of people, yeah, I know what dependency is, but I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people that go through dependency and really don't pay attention, or they do and they ignore it like I did. Okay, so now we're going to get back to the exact way of thinking. Okay, so now as you're thinking, okay, so do I do the same thing or go ahead and go through this whole cycle with this person? So me, like I said, I decided to go back to the cycle with the person. Okay, as I'm going through the cycle with this person now, listen to me clearly now. I then said to myself, am I going to keep going through this, or am I about to go through this hardship again of being in my car and being homeless again? But now I don't have 6 cats, I only have 2. But that's a different story time. Okay, so now I'm down to 2 cats. So I needed him to house these 2 cats. So that's where I became dependent on him. Okay, so as I'm now dependent on him about housing my 2 cats and blah blah blah. Okay, so that's the moral of using me for thousands of dollars, blah blah blah. Okay, so basically it was I used him, so he used me, but he used me harder. He used me for something that wasn't as genuine as my meaning was. My meaning was I needed them to stay somewhere, I needed help, I needed this, I needed that. But his meaning was, okay, I'm about to use her for her money. I know that she's coming in to, you know, a whole bunch of money. I know that once she gets it, she doesn't care because I housed them for her. Okay. No. It goes to now me loving myself. Alright, so we move into a new home, big home. I do have pictures and stuff like that, but move into a new home. I put down money for it. Money. When I say money, I mean money. I put down for it. Okay. Yeah, that. Put down 5 for it. Okay. So as I put down the 5 for it, the discussion was it was supposed to be split. Okay, so as it's supposed to be split or whatever, no, it was just me paying it. Then it was getting sick. Then it was not wanting to go to work. Then it was, okay, now since I don't want to go to work, I'm about to have her, you know, do everything for me. And that's kind of how it was. Like slowly but easy. Oh, can you, you know, buy me some socks? Or, oh, can you buy me some underwear? Like slowly but surely. Alright, definitely didn't want me to talk about it. Okay, yeah, so slowly but surely. Then, you know, as it eases on, you don't get no job, you don't go back to work, you're just sitting around, and I'm the one busting my ass. Okay, so now I was thinking of, do you want this person to continuously sit around? Are you going to let it get as deep as it was last time? Or are you going to, you know, love yourself and build yourself back up to, you know, this certain standard? So, I let it get too far again, but the way I handled the situation was different. Okay, so this is where I started coming into alignment with myself. Alright, so ended up losing the house. As I ended up losing the house, you know, back pay, me the only one paying once again. That's fine. Okay, now it is, and this time, am I going to go through that same cycle, or am I going to let this be an actual lesson that I learned from and use it and actually respect myself? Now we're going to get into me actually respecting myself. Okay, so with me respecting myself, it's either I am going to stay with this person or I'm going to let this person go. So my decision was, bye, see you later, you got to go. Okay, so now as I am making that decision of bye, see you later, I gotta go, now I have to look at everything that's going on. I'm about to lose my place, okay? The only thing I have is my car. Now I'm back down to 2 animals, okay? So now I gotta think about me, my animals, and, you know, being in my car all together with just us, or me, my animals, whatever the case is, and actually thinking about a way this time. Actually thinking about, do I want to stay in a car? Do I want to stay in a hotel? How much money do I need? Blah, blah, blah. So that's where you start writing everything down. That's where you start coming into alignment with everything. That's where you start, okay, this is what I need to do. This is what I need to do, but don't panic. This is what I need to do. This is what I need to do, but don't panic. This is what I need to do, but this is what I need to do, but do not give up. That's what kept going in my mind. And honestly, if it wasn't for God, I probably wouldn't have done it. Now we're going to get to one specific night. Okay, now with one of those nights, okay, now there is a dream. know you saw that bird just fly. Okay, so now we're gonna get to a dream. Okay, so now I have a dream. The dream is of God. So, as me going through the stages of, okay, not to panic, or okay, now I have to think of what are my next steps. So I wrote down all my next steps. I wrote down everything I wanted to do. I wrote down what I wanted. I wrote down who do I think that I can trust as far as asking for certain situations and if they'll give it to me. Letting them know the situation that I'm in. Oh, it's like numerous of things that you have to line yourself up with. That's what I mean by alignment. Okay, so then my decision was to actually get someone to come and be here with me. Then to see if they'll be able to help double up that money. That way I'm able to pay the money. That way I don't have to leave. So that was the certain steps that I took to think about. Now we're going to actually get to where there is people that will be an obstacle, or we're going to get into there's events that will be an obstacle to where you start having doubt, or you start thinking, oh my god, like this is the end, or oh my god, I don't know what's going on, I don't know what my next. Don't do that. Don't do that. Easier said than done, huh? But yeah, no, don't do that. What you do is you take a breather and you say, I got this. I'm here for a reason. Don't know what my reason is yet, but I got this. He know that he went and put too much on me that I couldn't bear. He knows that I'm a survivor. He knows that I'm a soldier. He knows that everything that I want and need. But first, you gotta trust him. That's where the truth and the trust comes in. That's where the process is. Okay, so now we're gonna get to the process and manifestations and everything, but that's for a whole nother video. Okay, now, so you're on the urge of, in your mind, what is going to happen? What is the next move? What is this? What is that? Oh my God, crying, numerous of things. Okay, so now you're in a situation where this person is your obstacle. They know that you're going to get the money. They know that you're capable of getting the money, but they don't want to wait anymore. So now you have to think about what's going to happen next. So with me, what happened next was bye-bye, see you later. Now, I don't care if you have cats, I don't care about this, I don't care about that, I don't care what's here, bye, see you later. It was, okay, so do I let this get to me? It's, okay, now you got to go. So now it's me and the other person that I wanted to help me, and that was helping at first. Okay, so as that goes in, it goes to, okay, so where are both of us going to go with 3 animals now? And what is going to happen? What's going on? How much money do we need to save? Mind you, I was the only one that had a job at the time. The other person wanted to start my same job, which did. Okay, so now we're working on 2 incomes. Okay, so now it's me and the other person that I wanted to help me, and that was helping at first. Okay, so as that goes in, it goes to, okay, so where are both of us going to go with 3 animals now? And what is going to happen? What's going on? How much money do we need to save? Mind you, I was the only one that had a job at the time. The other person wanted to start my same job, which did. Okay, so now we're working on 2 incomes. Okay, so now I'm okay, I'm good. But then what is the next step? Because they still have to wait for their job. They still have to wait for the approval. So then they still have to wait the 2 weeks, then plus the extra 2 weeks, because they usually don't start you right away. So the 2 weeks is for the onboarding. You might as well say the 2 weeks is for the check to come in. So then that's 4 weeks altogether. A whole month. Whew. Okay, so now we're down to the whole month. Okay, so as the whole month goes by, so then now you're thinking of what are you guys going to do next? So then it was, okay, spend this amount of money for, this hotel, or spend this amount of money for that hotel. Or, okay, so once you run out of money, then what's going to happen? Now you have to figure out who you're going to ask. Now that's where your alignment comes into place. That's where, okay, who's this person that I can ask for help? Okay, who's this person that I can ask for help? Okay, now who's this person? All right, now if neither one of them say no, what's my next step? Is it to panic? No. It is to, so many birds flying around me. It is to actually, it is to actually see if you're gonna freak out. You ask for those things. You wanted brand new stuff. Now This is the tower moment that you have to go through. Now you have to decide everything that you have to line up with. You have to decide the hotels. You have to decide if you're going to sleep in your car. You have to decide who is going to help you. You have to decide if they're going to continue to help you. Then you have to decide if once they help you, how you're going to pay them back. That is the alignment. That is the start of it. That is everything moving in motion. Okay. Now we're going to get into, after the motion, we're going to get to the freaking out part. Do not freak out. Do not freak out. Do not freak out. And it was crazy because I did not know how I was doing it. Now we're going to get back to the dream. Okay, so with the dream, it was God. Okay. So in my dream, it was like a whole bunch of lightning and a whole bunch of thunder, and there was a loud man's voice. Okay, with the loud man's voice, it was saying, and he says specifically, "Don't give up." And it was like hands, and it was like a ball, you might as well say, of thunder in his hands, and he spreaded it open and kept saying, "Don't give up." But this was before all of this happened. So instead of me not giving up, that's when I started aligning everything. I started aligning literally everything. Started thinking 5, 10 steps ahead. What happens if this goes on? What happens if that goes on? What happens if this goes on? No? Okay, okay, so let's start again. Let's go back into that motion. Let's go back into what is going on. Sorry I had to end it there. It was too long, but I do have more. If you guys have any questions, you can inbox me. And just so you guys know that that was the beginning of my journey. I have a whole nother story that really, really, really put me there and put me in isolation mode. But once again, that's another time.